chat. There we go, and away we go back home. Even though I probably should pick up some other stuff here, but I'm not going to. So, hi everybody. Hope y'all are having a fantabulous day. I know that so far I am, you know. It's, honestly, not a bad day. A little chilly, but not bad, to be honest. Just, you know, enjoying myself. And I just realized that is a straight pipe TDI. Oh, Jesus! Didn't even freaking pay attention. Wow! Like, nothing? Really? Nothing. Jeez. I'm going straight, you're turning. Technically I have right away there. Chicky poo. Fuck. You know, it's just one of these things. Sometimes people around don't understand rules of the road. Have a little bit of fun and get the car sideways. That's always a blast doing that whenever you can. And I wasn't even trying. I just pinned the gas and, you know, and being in a low enough gear, it did it. It's just, that's the fun thing about this car. It doesn't produce that much power. But with everything I've done, just how light it is, and not a long wheelbase at all, and, you know, just with the gear ratios and everything, this thing can kick the ass end out pretty well, and it's very, very fun, you know? And that's what some people don't realize, that, like, you can, with a lot of cars that don't have a lot of power, especially with rear-wheel drive, you can actually make it, you know, kick the ass end out pretty easily. This thing with a limited slip, to be honest, it's made a world difference too, because it will kick out, but then I have all the traction though at the same time. Like, so when I'm sliding out like that, honestly, it's not a big deal. I'm in full control when that's happening. And that's something that, you know, like, as you drive a car along and you start to get to know it very well and all that different stuff, that's something that you learn to do, is you learn to be able to control your car even when, you know, the conditions aren't the best. And believe me, this car, I've driven through some awful, awful weather, and yet it's, honestly, I've never been scared driving. Never been really nervous either driving this car, because again, I just know it so well. I know what it's gonna do, and, you know, I know my limits as well, because there's certain things, your limits with the car and the car's limits itself, right? Because that's something that you gotta learn. But something, it is interesting though, because talking about my plans for injection, I was gonna take off my coat, but traffic's gonna be moving here. Although I might pull over up ahead just to take off my coat, because, oh god, that's way too warm. The sun finally came out and it's just freaking bearing down on me. But, you know, like, it is something that I do want to talk about, because I've been talking about this injection, this multi-port fuel injection that is essentially a mechanical injection that we're gonna be, well, not even me designing it, it's purely on my buddy Shane down in Big Bear, California, which I never realized how high up elevation Big Bear is. Like, holy crap. Because he is double the elevation I am here. So I thought that might be a problem, which, I mean, it could be, actually. Like, I will have to physically tune this thing for my conditions up here, because otherwise, it's just not going to run right. I don't think. We're going to have to change the injector pulse and stuff like that, which we can easily do, to be honest. That's the beauty of the setup that he's building. Yeah, just really quick, I am just going to park up right here, put it in neutral, hit the brake, handbrake, take my coat off, because holy crap, is that hot. I don't even need the heater on. Ah. Give me 1 second there. Hey, doing pretty good, actually. You know, it's been a good day. Like, I'm just excited for this car and what's to come with it, to be honest. There's gonna be so many big things happening in the coming months. And in May, this thing is actually, is it May? I think it is May. I have to look again. I'm pretty sure it's May. This thing's actually gonna be on the dyno. Is it gonna be tuned? Probably not, because, like, really, there's not much tuning to do on this car then. And hopefully by then, you know, I'll have the header built for this car and make a lot more power out of it. Because that's the one thing that plagues these things. It's air, right? Air going in, air coming out. Because they're so restricted. And that's why, like, you know, putting a header on it will actually increase power exponentially compared to most other engines, because of how restricted these things are. And actually, no, I do need the heater on. There we go. I need to wash this car too, and I need to clean out the interior and all this different stuff, but that'll be later. Like, I'm not going to do that today, but later time. Yeah, it's honestly, like, it's a nicer day out. Like, driving to there, I had the sun to my back, so it wasn't near as warm, but now with the sun in front of me, it's very, very warm. There we go, put it in the fifth, and there we go. So, yeah, but anyways, like, addressing some stuff, and now I did just film a video that I will put out in the next couple of days. There's also going to be a driving video, just two olds, to be honest, point of view, actually from the point of view of my my camera, which is my phone, on the corner glass on the passenger side. So you get to see me shift and whatever else. You get to see exactly what I'm looking at and where I'm looking, as opposed to it just up on the dash and you don't see a person there, period. It's just, you know, that. Although I did see the remnants of an accident that just happened in Olds. Some lady hit a signpost and in their Fusion, and just kind of really, like, a decent amount of damage. Probably still running and driving. Like, it's funny that they stopped right in the middle of the freaking road, you know, like in the right lane, but they could have probably kept driving, to be honest, just to get it off the main street, because that's the main road. Like, the road I'm on now, technically, is where that happened, except for way back there. In Old itself, not on the 27, that's what this highway is. Because it goes all the way through Olds, right? That's the main road. And the 27 highway connects Sundre and Olds, which I live in Sundre, so. And actually, I should turn up the brightness on this really quick. There we go. Just so I can see better. But, yeah, because there have been, it's interesting, because, like, talking about this injection system has had people concerned. And I understand the concern. You know, they just think this is just a time, and it's not going to do, it's just going to grenade my engine. But we're making strides in that so that it doesn't grenade the engine, and it will gain efficiency. Now, the one thing is, because somebody just asked, why don't you just find like a two-barrel head and just scrap this idea, because, you know, this is going to, like, these heads are so rare, whatever. I'm going, maybe rare for you down there, but I can actually find these heads pretty easily, to be honest. And, you know, it's like, because people had concerns of, like, oh, fuel cooling within the intake, and to be honest, that shouldn't be a problem. There shouldn't be enough fuel to even do that, and the angle that it'll be at, it shouldn't cool in the intake at all. But again, that's why this is trial and error. And, you know, like, I can't wait to see what all he comes up with, because I've seen the design plans and whatever else, but just to see it fully together on an engine, you know, because he's going to need to find a short or a long block first to play with, so he can actually get the thing running and show it proof of concept, because otherwise we just have proof of concept on a bench and I'd have to figure out the tuning of it, which, don't get me wrong, I'm still going to have to, because the elevation difference, I'm going to have to tune it, because there's no ECU to control this. This is essentially mechanical fuel injection that's multi-port fuel injection, right? And, you know, so it's simple sensors, simple magnets, and just coil packs. That's it. Which, you don't need much to run an injection system. That's one thing people don't understand. You don't need all these complicated systems. Most of that complicated system is diagnosing purposes. But for this, he's dumbed it down to basically to figure out there's this little LED control board that he created that will be connected to like the little electronics and all that stuff, and to let me know if one of the cylinders is not firing correctly, right? Simple as that. You know, there's not much to that portion of it, and I love that. I love how simple this is, because I don't like the complexity of fuel injection, but this is dumbing it down so somebody like me who does, like, I don't fully understand fuel injection. This I understand, and I just don't have the ability and the skills to build this myself. That's why Shade is doing it for me. And, you know, like, I'm getting the first prototype of this, right? And once he figures it out, he will actually offer the service. There we go. So with that, it just cut out there. But, anyways, so that is, you know, just quite interesting in how people think. Because so many people don't realize what how simple these systems is. Fine, but like really, you don't need that per se. But like stuff like, you know, crank position sensor and all that crap, you don't need it. It helps to a certain degree, but it complicates things, right? And having all these different sensors complicates things. There's literally going to be 3 sensors, I think 6 relays, 6 coil packs, or 3 coil packs. I'm trying to remember, yeah. And that's basically it. And it's pretty cool. You know, and then we're gonna have to figure out a throttle body. And we've talked about maybe putting in a flow right into the system. Just for, again, tunability purposes. And now, like, the beauty of that, because the magnet system that he's putting inside the distributor caps, because he's adding 3 magnets inside the distributor cap that is going to send signal to the relay, to the coil pack, to the injector, right? And I can regulate how much fuel gets sprayed into the head, or into the intake as it is, that goes into the head technically, can regulate that by how big or small that magnet actually is. You know, we can control how much pulsing, like how long it pulses for the injector, because the one thing is, an injector, it doesn't just spray at a constant flow technically, it kind of does this, right? It pulses. So, you know, and it's very quick. Like, to be honest, it only goes to like milliseconds, right? Milliseconds, seconds tops. So it will be interesting to see what it'll do, and I really can't wait for this setup to be there. Now, if out of here, and I tune it and just can't figure it out. I send it off to a tuning shop and they can't figure it out. Honestly, worst case scenario, I just bolt my old head back on. Not a big deal. That's the beauty of this setup, because I can do that, right? I'm not going to get rid of this old head. This head is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. And because he is actually modifying a head that he has, it's just sitting in a shed, you know? So it should be very, very entertaining, you know? And this is something that, to my knowledge, has never been done before. Now, it's possible that people have tried and just did not get anywhere with it. Yeah, but the one thing is, because you gotta have a bit of imagination with engineering like this. And, you know, it's just gonna be incredible, to be honest. When this is fully set up, and again, I can't wait. And hopefully it all works out, and it should. Because I want to see people's reaction to the setup that's going to be under this hood. It is going to be wild. Because people are going to look at it and go, oh? What? I don't understand. And I'm going to have to explain the science about it. And there's definitely going to be a dyno sheet attached to this thing that I'll have in the car framed after that to show people the power that this thing's going to make afterwards. Because, yeah, technically, it's typically not, from what I can understand, these heads technically don't really have, or like these engines don't really have a problem with fuel delivery, even though they do, because people don't talk about that. An inline 6 with one carburetor in the middle is going to have problems with fuel delivery every time, because cylinder number 1 and cylinder number 6 guaranteed they're going to be lean, because it's not going to push enough fuel down there, right? So no matter what, you're going to be lean on those without a system like this, or without multiple carburetors or multiple throttle bodies, you know, or, well, actually, the throttle body only controls air. It does not control how much fuel goes in, right? So there is that, and it's, you know, just, and that's something that people should try to understand too, because I can pull all of my plugs out of the motor and guarantee the cylinders 2, 3, and 4 are going to be looking like, the plugs are going to look a little fatter, as in they're going to be a little bit more black, or cleaner, to be honest, while the end ones are going to have way more soot on them, to be honest. I would not doubt it. And you know, there's so many advantages to this, because while, you know, my carburetor, which I love carburetors are fantastic. However, with a carburetor, it's honestly very simple how they work. You know, air comes in, you add fuel to it, you have, and how the fuel is regulated within, you have your power valve. Right? That usually you can access from the outside, but some of them are internal. It just depends. Holly's, you can access from the outside of the carburetor. It's pretty easy. And dictate how much fuel is actually allowed within the carburetor. And sometimes that system, oh, that's actually a bald eagle. Huh, that's cool. Like we're in the state, and it's kind of funny that way. And they're not a migratory bird either. They are just always, you know, they just kind of hang out wherever they are, and they're a very hardy bird too, because they can survive through really, really awful conditions. Because that one was eating a dead deer on the side of the road. Because when I came in, I saw, you know, some crows eating that deer, but then I come back and hey, look at the bald eagle. Which is kind of cool, to be honest. It's cool to see them. I do see them, to be honest, especially during the summertime. You tend to see them a little more. no ECU controlling this. And, you know, it's just simple sensors. Simple sensors. You know, which she's already got, so a lot of the electronics figured out. And okay, yeah, buddy, you want to get off my ass? That'd be pleasant. One thing about, you know, driving around here is, you know, people don't realize that the speed limit on this highway is only 100, and I'm only doing roughly about 100, give or take. I'm not sure exactly, because my speedometer is a little off. So, in the summertime it's dead on, but in the wintertime it's not. And I just haven't replaced that speedo gear, to be honest. But I don't want to replace the speedo gear every time I swap the tires. You know, it's just not really my thing, for obvious reasons. But yeah, there's so much stuff that, you know, that is just gonna make this thing so unique and essentially like a one of one. And that's what I want out of this car. I'm fine, like, if people want to try to replicate this thing, I encourage them to do so, that's fine. I'm not gonna be upset if you try to replicate this. And to be honest, I want more creativity within the car scene. Because a lot of people just do this simple stuff, right? And I don't. I do the off-the-wall kind of, you know, out there modifications that I can, or try to, right? Like this T5 manual was a bitch to get in this car. You know, dealing with the, you know, the pedals, dealing with even the geometry of the, you know, of the clutch fork and all that stuff. And hello, how's it going? I don't think I've ever seen you before in the comments, so welcome to my live stream. These lives, honestly, I just do at random. I do not, honestly, schedule these at all. I'm not gonna do a burnout right now. Because here's the thing, and this is what I tell people that ask me for me to do a burnout in videos. I have done one, and it was one big ass burnout, and it hurt the car. And I don't really have spare tires lying around to do a burnout, because I'm not doing a burnout with these tires. These are my winter tires that they would be expensive to replace. To find the exact ones I probably wouldn't find for the price I did. So no, I am not doing a burnout right now. In the future, there will be more burnouts posted to the channel, but not anytime soon. So yeah. Okay, I did see, yeah, you said hi, and then you said please do a burnout, and I replied to both, and now you said hi again. Which, okay, I can hear you, or not hear you, I can read that, I can understand that. But like I said, I won't be doing a burnout anytime soon. So, I'm not doing, I just told you, I am not doing a damn burnout. Jesus Christ. Like, are you deaf? Or are you just a troll? Because you can be a troll. Which doesn't really matter, because I'll be parking up at my house fairly soon here, so... And which, before then, I'll be ending the live anyways, within just a few minutes. So, yeah, it's one of these things, you know, I just decided to go live. I just told you, no. N-O. No. There. I just put him in timeout. Because I just freaking told him how many damn times and the reason why I'm not doing a burnout right now. That, and it's freaking cold. These are awful conditions to do a burnout too. Even though the tires will spin easier. But, I've got a manual transmission. I don't really need that. So, yeah, but anyways, I am going to end this live stream here. And holy crap, my phone is like on fire right now. Jesus. Yeah, I'll be need to cool my phone notes too. But I hope you guys enjoy, and sorry for that idiot at the end there. You know, yeah, and also I don't want to wreck my stuff again, to be honest, because I can do a simple burnout, but again, the burnouts, I don't have spare tires lying around to just do burnouts with. And right now, I am not swapping tires in these conditions because I don't have a shop. You know, when the videos that I do have when I'm in a shop, that's up in Edmonton. It's 2.5 hours away. It's not here. You know, like I'd be more inclined potentially. Yeah, hi buddy. It's 50 through here. You're gonna ride my ass more? Jesus Christ. People on the road are so antsy, you know? They're just so antsy. But, yeah, it's one of these things, and I've explained it many times before. I'm just not gonna do burnout after burnout on my channel. I'm not gonna do, you know, anytime somebody asks me to do a burnout, I'm not gonna do it. Because, again, tires are expensive, right? Now, if you send me money for tires, I'll gladly go do one when it's warm enough to change my tires. That's how that goes. So yeah, but anyways, this was fun. Hope you guys did enjoy. I have some food here, so and I'm just gonna be pulling up at my house very shortly. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that. So stay tuned for the really exciting content coming down the pipeline, because I can't wait to show y'all, you know, what all is coming. You know, header, hopefully a cam for this car. You know, this injection system, all this kind of weird, wild stuff. Which now, granted, okay, the cam and the header isn't wild. The only thing wild about the headers that I'll be building myself. So we'll see how that goes, to be honest. I'll just need a bunch of testing with the TIG. So anyways, love you all, thank you all so much, and I'll catch you in the next one.